of immediate payments is so important in this economy. And, we continue to work with our clients and, the 9,000-ish banks, Jackie, you mentioned adoption, we still have more work to do, right? And so getting those consumers and those communities access to immediate payments is a really first important step. Second is being able to move dollars 24/7. That is a big use case, particularly from our bank and our corporate clients who want to be inside the walls of BNY, able to settle dollars 24/7. So that's a really, and by the way, not a lot of banks can do that, which is why the digital asset structure really can potentially leapfrog some of the bank legacy infrastructure. But we've done both to make sure that we're ready. And the third is, AI, and we are heavy users of AI, particularly in the payment space, whether it's payment efficiencies and the operations, whether anomaly detection, fraud control. AI is going to really help us get more efficient and provide safer and faster payments. But then also across the industry broadly, ISO 200-22 is really important because as we've talked about today, it's about setting standards. And that's why ISO is so important. And we've leaned in so heavily. We've tested with clients. We've worked with Swift. We do a lot of speaking on it. So it's really important to continue to control and really go out into the market and think about standards. And then, there's lots of folks in the industry thinking about it. I know CHIPS and Fed are also exploring, expanded settlement windows. So all of these things work together. And, if you think about, you mentioned digital asset custody, we launched that several years ago. We are heavily researching and working on both. And so we launched digital asset custody, and we have already integrated the traditional and the digital asset rails together in one application. So expand that to then stablecoin and some of the on and off ramps that you have between fiat and digital asset. We do that today for many clients and many of you in the room. And we work very, very closely with many digital asset providers, just even providing traditional banking services. So I think that's a really important part of learning that as well. But the interesting thing about BNY is, we touch about 20% of the world's investable assets. We clear $2.5 trillion of payments every day. So we have an obligation and an opportunity to really work together across the industry to continue to really set these standards.